Well, good morning, guys. I want to talk about a little bit about equipment here on the farm. When you see it, um, I shouldn't have to talk about this, but I know there's a couple guys out there that don't know anything about farming and how it works. And a lot of you guys understand how it works, and I can name after name after name of you guys that comment with excellent comments. And you can't have every piece of equipment, but the relationship I would have with a couple farmers here in this area are where we trust each other, where you use equipment, we allow to run it. I can't go out and buy a bagger to bag 2 or 3 bags myself. I don't do custom bagging, so why would I go out and buy a bagger? The bagger I'm going to talk about is made here locally. So, you can have so many pieces of equipment. You don't need a corn planter for a few hundred acres. You don't need a merger. So the other day, using the merger, and I shouldn't have to explain this every time, and I don't think any other YouTube channel explains it, and they get custom work done, and it just, something bothers me. It's just, I gotta talk about, because I just wish you guys would educate yourselves, and you could call yourself farmers, and I know you're not farmers because of the comments you leave. But anyway, this is a bagging system. It's a 9-foot bagger. This guy's a local guy here. This is a local bagger made here in this area, and a little bit how it works. So this has the auger system in it, and like I said, it's a 9-foot bagger. So we were doing barley last night, and I mean, it made very, very nice feed. So working together as farmers in our area is very important, any area. And if you can't work together, somebody burnt some bridges or something, because if you can't trust other farmers, where can we trust? We can't trust our government. We can't trust most companies. But as farmers, we got to trust each other and work together. And I don't know how I can emphasize that enough. And I hear these guys say they farm 3,000 acres out west, and la la la, and my neighbor would never let me use his planter if my planter broke down. And that's a crying out shame. I wouldn't even want to be a part of that area. If you can't work together and come together as farmers in tough times, when someone burns a combine, I see so many farmers in that area out west, Ohio, Kansas, Nebraska. You see a machine burn up, the neighbors jump in their machines and they go do the work. But there's 6 or 7 YouTuber farmers that say that's not how it works. It works like that every time, and it does here too. And when we have trials and stuff, everybody jumps together and steps up. But not everybody can buy a big baler. So we have a couple big balers in the area, but they do custom work. So that's how that works. Wrappers to whatever. One guy just focused on wrapping hay for everybody. He tries to get multiple wrappers if he can afford them, and then he goes out and he does custom work. I priced a wrapper out yesterday, $72,000. So you're gonna spend $72,000 to wrap 3,000 bales. That really makes sense. Yeah, I could go out and buy a $72,000 wrapper. It's gonna sit in my barn most of the time. But this guy already bought one. He does an excellent job. He brings a guy here. That's another thing. Very, very key. Very, very key here, guys. When you get someone else to come in with their tractor or something, I'm not paying insurance for them. I'm not paying taxes on them. I'm paying them an hourly rate. They're here for a few hours and they're gone. So it works out that I don't need to pay employees insurance. I don't need to pay workman's comp. And that adds up to $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a year to pay all those expenses for an employee to be on the farm full time. So when we work together as farmers, they're not paying my insurance, they're not paying my workman's comp, they're not paying anything, and I'm over there helping them. This is how it works. And if it's not working in your area, it's because you burnt bridges. Every farmer is going to step up and help each other out. I wouldn't let anybody just drive that tractor, but I'll let my neighbor drive it any day of the week because I trust him. Now, I won't let some city kid come in here and run that tractor because I don't trust him, but he could learn how to operate it. But the moral of the story is, this stuff costs hundreds of thousands of dollars, not just on this farm, it's on the other farm, it's on another farm and it's on another farm, millions and millions of dollars of equipment. But rotating it out, using it, trusting each other how to operate it, taking care of it. My boy was running this 7290R last night. I trusted him. There was a comment made that you don't need somebody in there running a bagger. Yes, you do, full time. If a shear pin breaks, if you're out there, we're going to get another wagon and the tractor sits are wide open, you need somebody sitting around that very expensive piece of equipment. And he did an excellent job. When the wagon left, he idled it down, shut the PTO off, shut the conveyor off, and then when I come back around with the wagon, and you'll see that in a video. But come on, guys. Be very, very cautious on how you leave your comments. And then say you're a farmer and we would never help each other out. We don't live in a world where we don't help each other out. So if you can't trust farmers, who can you trust? That's what I want to know. Working together makes everything go better. And I have a very good relationship with this guy. You know, he has no problem with me jumping equipment and taking it. And it's just the way it goes. So we're going to go ahead and plant corn today. And you'll get to catch up on some of the videos that are late coming out. But I was very proud of my son yesterday in just running this. And it was the farm boys working together. It was me and my son. And that's where we want to work for. And that's when my boys get older. It's a feeling you'll never experience unless you have kids of your own. And I don't care if you're a non-farmer, farmer, or whatever. Working together with your kids and taking interest in what you're doing is very, very important. So I'm going to say this is kind of a little rant, but I deal with YouTube. I YouTube farmers and that are non-farmers that want to be farmers, but they pretend they're farmers. And, you know, right away when they go 10,000 acres, you know, that's great. And, you know, they can't make a video to prove that they want to. And they don't have to prove it. But it's the talk. And it gets old. And, you know, and they'll flash a photo here and there. And then they get all excited about, you know. And then they say, well, you're doing it wrong. No one needs to babysit an ag bagger. We just let it run wide open. Well, I'm telling you, I've seen tractors catch on fire because of something, you know, the shear pins snap and everything else because no one's babysitting it. It is very important to have an operator in that tractor when that's bagging. And it's very important to have good operators in that merger when it's merging, because you hit a rock, you can take out that merger. A merger is not a cheap piece of equipment. Like I said, just a plain little old wrapper, $72,000 from Kuhn right now. And I wouldn't let anybody just wrap with it, because until they learn the process, because it's very important. You have to be there, you have to be alert. So I hope you enjoy this. I was going to talk about this bagger a little bit more, but there's enough YouTube channels out there explaining a little bit better than I do, and that's fine. I don't have all day. I have 5 kids. We're doing schoolwork right now, and I have farming and corn to get in the ground and finish this spring out, because June is coming. Have a great day, guys.